So y'all, this is insane. Right, we gotta talk about how the Mark Robinson situation got way worse this weekend. Because while we did a deep dive on just how horrible this guy was after he won his primary back in March, the shit that came out and how it came out is just wild. Which again, is saying something, because to give you a very top level TLDR of what we talked about in the past, Robinson has a long history of making a wide range of incredibly disturbing comments, and doing so largely online. With this, including a whole host of different anti-Semitic comments and Holocaust denialism, tons of outlandish conspiracy theories, and many other remarks disparaging women, trans and gay folks, Muslims, and other black people. But then we got this reporting from CNN that, while it is not unexpected, is just fucking insane. With it specifically being reported that the comments that we're gonna be talking about were made between 2008 and 2012 on the porn website Nude Africa, which includes a message board. Right? And there are a number of different details that CNN used to match the account to Robinson. Right, first of all, the comments were made under the username Mini Soldier, which Robinson has frequently used for other online accounts. Then of course, there's the fact that Robinson listed his full name as well as an email address that he's used on numerous websites across the internet for decades. With this including the commenting platform Discuss, where the same email was used to create an account that also had the username Mini Soldier and even featured a picture of Robinson himself. And notably, that account still appears to be up when we checked this morning. But then also, beyond that, Mini Soldier shared a ton of biographical details that were shared on Nude Africa that line up with Robinson's background. Like, for example, the time period during which he served in the military, the fact that his mother worked at a historically black college and university, the length of his marriage, and his place of residence being Greensboro, North Carolina. But then, as far as the comments themselves, there were a number of anti-Semitic posts in addition to the one in October 2010 where Robinson declared, totally unprovoked, that he was a black Nazi. Also that same month, he used an anti-Semitic slur in another post, and in March of 2012, he posted that he would prefer the leadership of Hitler over the Obama administration, writing, "I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now." October 2010 also seemed to be very busy for Robinson, who shared the take, "Slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring slavery back. I would certainly buy a few." Additionally, he also criticized MLK Jr. and posted about Muslims using derogatory language and racist slurs. He also frequently used homophobic language. Additionally, you had CNN flagging several other disturbing posts, like one where, quote, Robinson graphically described his own sexual arousal as an adult from the memory of secretly peeping on women in public gym showers as a 14-year-old, adding that Robinson recounted the story as a memory he said he still fantasized about, as well as a post on a thread where commenters were discussing a woman who claimed that she was raped by her taxi driver while intoxicated, and Robinson chimed in by saying, "And the moral of this story, don't fuck a white bitch." Then there were also several posts that he made that appeared to directly contradict some of the extremist views that he has continually pushed regarding the LGBTQ+ community and abortion. Right, despite repeatedly railing against trans folks in public, CNN also found a post where Robinson said he enjoyed transgender porn, writing, "That's fucking hot. It takes the man out while leaving the man in," and writing, "And yeah, I'm a perv too." Also on the topic of abortion, Robinson has continually pushed for strict abortion bans and blamed women for being sluts. And this, even though he admitted to paying for his own wife to have an abortion in the 80s, which he said he regrets. But also on Nude Africa, Robinson explicitly said he didn't care about celebrities having an abortion, adding, "I just want to see the sex tape." And, with this, I'm kind of just touching on the highlights. I'll link to the full article down below, especially because very notably here, a few days after publishing this piece, the outlet reported that the posts in question had been removed from Nude Africa. Though there, they said it was unclear if Robinson or the platform itself took them down, and neither responded to requests for comment. But also, that's not where the story ends, because just one day after that expose was published, the Washington Post reported that it had obtained screenshots of now deleted posts made by Robinson on the same platform where he praised Hitler's book, Mein Kampf. Right, the same book that famously describes Jews as the eternal parasite. With Robinson offering up this take on a thread literally asking for book recommendations, writing, "Mein Kampf is a good read. It is very informative and not at all what I thought it would be. It's a real eye-opener." Beyond that, the Post also reported that Robinson wrote extensively and in graphic detail about having extramarital sex with his wife's sister. Now, with all that said, as far as how Robinson has responded, he and his representatives have repeatedly denied writing the posts. In fact, he actually denied the allegations before they even came out, posting a video vowing to stay in the race and claiming that the upcoming story was a lie leaked by his Democratic opponent.
Let me reassure you, the things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson. You know my words, you know my character, and you know that I have been completely transparent in this race and before. Folks, this race right now, our opponents are desperate to shift the focus here from the substantive issues and focus on what you are concerned with to salacious tabloid trash. We cannot allow that to happen. And folks, we've seen this type of stuff in the past as well. Clarence Thomas famously once said he was the victim of a high-tech lynching. Well, it looks like Mark Robinson is too.
Which I will say, comparing yourself to Clarence Thomas is a choice. But, despite Robinson's blanket denial, this scandal has had a direct impact on his campaign. Over the weekend, Robinson announced in a statement that 4 of his top campaign staffers had resigned. This, including his top advisor, the campaign and deputy campaign managers, and his finance director. With one of those aides also telling Axios that 2 political directors and the director of operations had also resigned. You also had a local public radio station saying yesterday that it had confirmed that most of the campaign staff had quit, leaving Robinson with just 3 aides. But despite this mass exodus, the response among top Republican leaders, it's been mixed, right? Some have kind of been towing the line, saying that the reports are concerning if true. Others have also defended Robinson, echoing his argument that this is all a fake smear campaign by his opponent. As far as how Trump and his team have responded, you had JD Vance giving the most non-answer I've ever seen in my life when pressed on the matter, saying, "I don't not believe him. I don't believe him. I just think you have to let these things play out sometimes in the court of public opinion." Trump himself has steered clear of mentioning Robinson, who he previously championed during a rally in North Carolina this weekend. Though notably, his campaign also said that they would not be pulling his endorsement of Robinson. But this also is on the other end of the spectrum. You have other Republicans arguing that, he was behind in the polls before this happened. And they already didn't expect him to win, but now by staying in, they're worried that he risks hurting the party's chances in the upcoming election. With it also being reported that senior state legislative leaders have been urging Robinson to drop out over concerns that the fallout could cost them the supermajority in the General Assembly. And this is also some Republicans are worried that Robinson could drag Trump down in a key swing state that'll help determine the outcome of the election, and where polls currently show him neck and neck with Harris. Which, it was already kind of shocking to see North Carolina in play right now. But for now, we're gonna have to wait to see how all this plays out.